Wow, the last 2 weeks have been kind of a whirlwind, and I'm going to catch you guys up on what my life has been like the last 2 or 3 weeks, really the first month in this year, and also kind of charting out some big mindset shifts I've had to make this past year in my life and in business, and going to walk you guys through these things. And I'm not sure if you guys have ever read the book Crossing the Chasm. Great book. Go find it on Amazon, Crossing the Chasm. But basically, there's this chasm, or there's this gap that every entrepreneur has to get through in order to get from where you probably are to where you really want to be in your life. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt that it's not easy crossing that chasm. There's probably multiple chasms or multiple valleys or canyons in your path between where you are right now, where you want to be. And what I found out is those of us who find ways to cross that chasm from the side you're on now to the side that you ultimately should be on, that's going to set you free, that's going to help you build an amazing business. It's going to help you really do what you want to do with your time. It's going to help you earn the income you want to earn, make the impact you want to make. Those are some of the most defining years in your life or in your business. I'm going to walk you through how I've been going through it as I speak. And I've gone through several of those. The first one that I really feel was a big deal in my life was back in 2010, 11, 12. And I've talked about that period in my life where I underwent some massive mindset shifts to really challenge myself in many ways. And that's led into what we're doing now. That's led to what we're doing now with Carrot and growing this company amazingly fast and helping thousands and thousands and thousands of people. It's led into me really focusing to become a better leader, both with our company and with our community. Okay. But what I want to be talking about is really that chasm that you've got to cross through as an entrepreneur to go from being busy all the time, hustling for those deals or hustling for that, each individual bit of revenue, to having a crazy busy schedule, to doing everything yourself, to, all of those things that we probably don't enjoy as an entrepreneur. How do you cross from that to having more than 70, 80% of your time being spent on things you love to do? From being, working solo to have an amazing group of people who are pushing your vision forward and helping you grow your business, and your income grows with it while you spend less time working. How do you get to that? Well, we're going through one chasm right now here at Carrot, and the last 3 weeks, like I alluded to, has been pretty darn busy. And this episode of the CarrotCast is just going to be kind of updating you a little bit on my life, a little bit on some of the struggles I'm personally going through as an entrepreneur. In the level of entrepreneurship that I'm currently in my life, and some of the growth that I've had to go through, though. Hopefully you guys can kind of learn from me on what I'm doing, so you can maybe avoid some of the things that I've done, so you can shortcut the process a little bit faster than I've done. And so you can go from, 10,000 a month to 50,000 a month, or your first 100,000 to your first 500,000, or your first, 200,000, your first 2 million. How do you do that? And how did I do it? All right, so two weekends ago, me and 2 Carrot team members were down in San Diego at an event. It was a Find and Flip Summit. Great event, guys and gals. I don't really get out of Roseburg to speak much. We get invited a lot to go speak. But I just love being able to build a business where I don't have to travel. I only travel when I want to and where I want to. And so we got out. Me and 2 of the team members. Pete, our new guy from Baltimore, he's actually a Carrot customer and joined us full-time as a team member on the client development side in November. He met us out there. I had the chance to meet Pete in person and shake his hand and hang out with him. And then Alex on our team, who's head of growth. So he's our dude doing all of our split testing and conversion testing and driving traffic with Facebook and SEO, and really helping to kind of keep our glue together on the growth side of the company. So we were all down there. Amazing event. Had a chance to speak there. Went really well. I feel it went really well. And then we had a dinner for as many Carrot customers as we could get together down there. And it was 30 some odd clients. We heard some amazing stories from people. People that I hadn't had a chance to talk to on the phone or connect with yet. They're just doing awesome stuff. And that's one of the things I love the most about the business we're building, is connecting with our clients. And when you build a business right, you attract people who are like you. You attract people who believe in the things you believe in. You attract people who who you really like, who you would love to hang out with and grab a beer with. That's honestly one of my criteria for our ideal type of client, our ideal customer avatar, is would I want to sit down and have a beer with this person? Okay, that's the type of person that we're really marketing to, someone who you just really would enjoy as a human being, in addition to really helping them in their business. And if you're scared to sit down with your clients, if you're attracting the type of client that you just don't resonate with, that you're like, oh my gosh, I want to avoid those people if I see them in public, you're probably in the wrong business, or you're marketing your business the wrong way. Okay, so we're not going to be diving into that call today, or that topic today. But that's one thing I'm always thinking about, is how am I putting out there to the world? What is the message I'm putting out there, and how am I doing it? How am I conducting myself? And what type of people am I attracting to my business? Are they the types of people that I would absolutely love to see in public? I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to walk the other way. I would love to go up and shake their hand, talk with them, go grab a beer with them and hang out. Make sure you're really structuring your business and your message so you're doing that. I can tell you from personal experience, it's not going to be fun for too long if you're running a business where you don't enjoy most of the clients that you're working with. All right, so let me get off of that kind of soapbox a little bit. But that event was great. And then me and Pete and Alex flew back to Oregon. And Pete hadn't been out to Carrot HQ yet. So Pete came out to Carrot HQ in Roseburg, Oregon. Had a chance to work here for the week. I took him out in the town, did some wine tasting, and he actually stayed out at my house in our guest quarters there at the new property on the river. And it's had a really amazing time getting to hang out with Pete and just know him as a human being. And we'll have Pete on one of the CarrotCasts here sometime soon, so you guys can learn who Pete is and why he went from being a customer of ours and he had a full-time job somewhere else to now his full-time job is with us, and he's still a customer. We're helping him grow his business while he's helping us grow Carrot. But Pete is an amazing guy. And then this last weekend, guys and gals, we had our Carrot team retreat, which twice a year we go on a team retreat here in Oregon somewhere. We fly the whole team in. Half of our team is located here in Roseburg, Oregon, in our offices. And completely side note here, over the past week, I must have caught a cold or something, but I lost my voice. And don't be surprised if I cough a little bit or have a little bit of a scratchy voice. Okay, I've kind of got my Barry Manilow podcasting voice going on right now, guys and gals. But that's what's going on there. So if there's a little bit of scratchiness, that's what it is. But we had our Carrot team retreat this last weekend, and we all went up to Sun River, Oregon. Amazing spot. Tons of snow up there right now. It's by Bend, Oregon. And we rented a house. We just really hung out for 2 days, Thursday and Friday, and Saturday morning. Got to know each other. We had a lot of fun, but we really got down to business. We're getting down to business, planning out that next year, casting vision, making sure that if there's any lack of clarity from team members or problems or issues, that we really bring them up and tackle them, and also just make sure we have the right people on the bus, with the right vision. And if you guys aren't doing any type of team retreat, even if it's just 2 people on the team or 10 or 12 or 15 or 20, you guys should really start doing it, because it gives you a couple days to really pull away, be crazy intentional, reviewing those previous 6 months or reviewing the previous year, celebrating those wins. You got to celebrate those wins. Okay, one of the things that we do here at Carrot is we're always loving on our team members and helping them kind of dig in, what are their goals? What are your personal goals if you're a team member of ours? What do you want to achieve? We just finished up our one-on-ones for the quarter with me and each team member. And part of what they're like, what we're really helping to hold them accountable on, is their personal goals. So they have personal fitness goals or growth goals. And part of their bonus is actually tied to how much progress they make on their personal goals. And one thing a lot of our team members had was they wanted to travel. So we're really we want our team members to go out there and travel. Okay, go out there and see the world. They're going to come back to Carrot more well-versed in the world, more cultured and happier, frankly. And also what we did at the team retreat was we gave everyone a little voucher, some cash to go out and do some travel this year. So we just really loving on our team members, and just really finding out how can we love on our clients more, help our clients succeed more, and just really crush it in this next year. And not going to dive into too much more detail on our team retreat here. I'd be happy to do a whole call on how we run our team retreats, why we do them, what we bake into them, how we do our planning process, all that kind of stuff. maybe do a blog post on that or a full other CarrotCast for you guys, for those of you who have teams of probably 5 or more. But what I want to talk about today is kind of that chasm you've got to go through, right? And on one side, like I said, you've got who's probably doing a lot of things in your business, okay? You're probably doing multiple different roles. Maybe you're doing every single role in your business, okay? You're probably wanting to try to keep as many profits as you can in your pocket, right? So let's say you earn 10 grand, you're probably going, how can I keep as much of that 10 grand as I possibly can in my pocket? And then you're getting some systems set up, which is great, but maybe your marketing isn't as consistent as it could be. If you step away, is the business still growing or is it not growing? Are you kind of afraid of employees and team members because you think it's going to be a pain in the butt or it's going to be too expensive for you? Those are all things that I had experienced 5, 6, 7 years ago. And for me now, I'm always looking at ways in my businesses where I can you really build the type of business that's going to help set me free, help set our team members and our clients free. That's going to make it so I work 80% or more of my day doing what I love to do and what I'm great at. I love doing content like this. I love talking with our clients who match the beliefs I believe in. I love creating strategy for marketing. Okay, I love doing those things. What I don't love is the busy work. I don't love implementing marketing. I don't love diving into support all day. That's just something that's not suited for me and my personality. And honestly, I don't love a lot of some of the things I'm even doing now, or just some of the admin work that you have to do as a CEO. And like I said, we're going through a process right now where I'm working on trying to cross that next chasm, because I frankly found myself the last 3-4 months in a pinch where my calendar just got way too full. Where even to the point to where I was neglecting the things that matter in life. My health, my family, my wife, my friends, and not purposefully neglecting them, but the darn calendar was so full, and there's always something to do. You start to go, man, well, let me just fit this in, and then all of a sudden, the things that matter have nowhere to fit in there because it's already full. And we had an amazing speaker at this year's retreat. His name is Dale Partridge. He's an author, business owner. You guys can look him up at dalepartridge.com. He has a great podcast over there as well. And he was walking through a little talk that he did to our team on, I think he called it the 4 F's or something like that. And it was friends, family, fitness, and finances. Okay, and if you're a believer of faith, you can add in faith in there as well. And so he had us grade ourselves after each little description on each segment. He had us grade ourselves on how we're doing in each one of those areas. In the friend area, do you have deep relationships with people with friends you can truly trust? That isn't just something that you talk to once a month or twice a month, or every few months. You have a deep relationship with these people that you can trust them. They trust you. You talk with them frequently. You hang out, things like that. And you can do this you can follow along while I'm recording this. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your score on your friendships? 10 being, oh my gosh, I've got amazing, really deep friendships. Okay, I could not ask for any more in my life there. I'm hanging out with amazing people. We have candid conversations where we hold each other accountable, having a blast with my friends at a deep level, not a surface level. Okay, being frank, mine was probably a 6 or a 7. I've got a lot of really good friends, but the past 6 months especially, I haven't really been diving deep with any of them because I've been letting my schedule get so darn full, because we had crossed an original chasm in this company, Carrot, a couple of years back. We had hired the first set of employees. We got some great systems down, okay, and then we started to grow, and I was able to kind of regain some of my time. But then as things grow some more time, more business gets thrown in there. And then if you don't scale up and get the systems and people in place at the right time, it starts to really clutter up your schedule and your time again. So it takes you away from those things that matter. The next thing was family. So rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How are you doing right now? 10 being, oh my gosh, amazing. Such amazing relationships with my wife, with my kids, with my family. Spending quality time with them. Really, really loving on them. Things like that. That one for me was about a 7. It's just, in this phase of my life, And once again, I've been kind of neglecting some of those things that matter so much, and it just really eats at me. Fitness, about a 6. And then finances, it's probably a 9 or so. Now, that's not where you want to be, guys and gals, okay? And I think we all go through these ups and downs in our life. We all go through these phases where you might be doing amazingly well financially. You might see someone, it could even be me, you might see someone who's doing amazingly well financially. You're making mid-6 figures or 7 figures a year net taxable income. You're like, oh my gosh, when I get there, life is going to be good, right? Well, it could be if you focus on the other 3 things as well. If you focus on family, friendships, fitness, and then faith if you're a believer, okay? So as I was going through that exercise with Dale there, and as everyone else in the Carrot team was going through the exercise, it became keenly aware to me how important it is for me to accelerate some of the things that I had started in the last quarter of last year to make those parts of my life better. Because I can tell you from experience that you can have all the money in the world if you don't have amazing friendships. You're not fit, physically feeling good and feeling healthy. If your family relationships are suffering, all the money in the world is not going to help you. I heard a great quote one time that when we're young, we forego our health in exchange for more money for our finances. And when we're old, we exchange our finances for more health. And I think way too many of us get in that pattern where we think, you know what? I'm in a phase right now. If I make more money, it's all going to solve it, and I'm going to sacrifice everything else, right? But what happens is you're going to get there, and you're probably not going to have many friends to hang out with. Your family relationships might suffer, and your health is going to suffer. What kind of life is that? That's not the life that any of us want, okay? So how do I suggest that you cross that chasm? How do I suggest you cross the chasm? Well, I had an amazing meeting with my assistant, Jen, today. And we get together for 90 minutes every Monday, kind of plan things out, make sure we're on the right page. And we were just talking for a while and really talking about some of the things that I need to improve in my life. And I think many of you guys can relate to this, that once again, just being too busy, being too busy for those finer moments in life where if your wife calls up and it's 11 o'clock and she can call up and say, hey, you want to have lunch today? Way too many times recently, I'm like, oh my gosh, babe, I so want to. But I've already got everything booked. Like my whole damn schedule's full. And it's like, that's the worst thing in the world to have to do to someone that you care about and love. Okay. And there's other situations like that too. Good friends, amazing clients where it takes way too long to get in your quote unquote schedule, or where you're bogged down and you're actually holding your team back or your clients back from progressing because you put yourself in too many systems. So the conversation we had was basically this. I said, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself to put the important things first, and I'm going to trust that the business things will take care of themselves, because we all go into business, guys and gals. We all go into business for certain things. Many of us for the time freedom, for the money and financial freedom, which financial freedom gains you time freedom. Being honest, some people do it for the success and the recognition. Just being frank with ourselves. Some of us do that because you want to be seen as quote unquote successful to people and validated for people. Okay, which I can tell you is a fast path to being unhappy in life. Okay, but we started going through and we go, how can we force the issue where the important things come first and business comes second, where business supports the life, not the other way around? And so starting here in February, I'm going to be stopping working at 3 o'clock Pacific time, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, not that I worked 40, 50, 60 hours a week before. Some hours or some weeks I'd work a little bit less than 40. Some weeks if I had to crunch on a presentation or a new product we were putting out or new training or just working with our team and a lot of clients, it might be more than that. It might be 50 hours, okay? And then maybe the outlier week, once or twice a year, it might be that 60-hour week, okay? But I'm looking at it going, you know what? I cram my schedule with so much crap that you feel busy and you almost feel like you have to have a busy schedule in order to see those results. So we're going to cold turkey, 3 o'clock Pacific time. I'm not working anymore, okay, as of February. That means I'm going to pick up my daughter. I'm going to hang out with my daughter. I'm going to hang out with my other 2 children. Going to spend a lot of time with my wife. Gonna be home doing projects with my wife and my family that I'm probably a little bit behind on. Gonna go out there and enjoy and pick up hobbies again and get in shape again. Okay, all these things that are some of the reasons why we become entrepreneurs, why we think we need more money. But then when you have it, if you don't cross the chasm, I'm going to walk you through. If you don't cross that chasm, you have the money, but you don't have the other things. You don't have the other important things in life. Okay, so that's one thing that I have done in the past that I'm redoing is you've got to look at ways in your schedule that you can force the issue. Okay, because oftentimes if it comes up to just our own willpower, to make that massive change in your life, to cross that chasm from the type of life and business you have now to the type of life of business that you dream about, you've got to force the issue. And for me, forcing the issue is changing my schedule and going cold turkey, no work after 3. Okay, so what's that going to do? It's going to do a few things. First of all, that's going to give me that amazing time with my wife and family and my hobbies and stuff. So I feel great about going to bed early. Okay, I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this, but I love my wife dearly, and one of the things that she loves to do is kind of a release for her is watching a couple TV shows in the evening. But I just want to hang out with my wife. We get the kids to bed. We go to we grab dinner, get the kids to bed, and it's 8:30 or 9 by that time. And basically, if I want to hang out with Carly and just really have some good quality time, we're probably sitting there watching TV or maybe talking a little bit. So we have like 90 minutes max of good quality time unless I stay up later. So I've been kind of guilty lately of just hanging out with her, staying up later, and it'll be 11, 11:30, sometimes 12 o'clock before I go to bed. And that starts off the entire cycle in a massively bad way the next day. Because if you're going to bed at 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock, and you're not getting your 7 hours of sleep or whatever it is that you need to be fully rested and alert and energetic and ready to just nail the world that next day, you're setting yourself off on a false start already. So I'm looking at it going, man, so if I can spend that amazing time with my family and kids and my wife before that, awesome. Then I can just feel amazingly good about going to bed at 10 o'clock every day and waking up at 5 to 5:30. All right? So that's going to be the next thing that I'm going to be forcing the issue on is going to bed earlier to wake up earlier. And that way I can get an extra solid half an hour to an hour of really good work in. But my morning work, guys and gals, when I'm the most productive and effective, usually isn't work. It's pulling back and doing a little bit. It's pulling back and doing a little bit of reading. Okay, it's going and doing some visualization. It's getting some stretching done. It's doing the things that ready your mind and your body. All right, so that's the next thing I'm going to do. After this, guys and gals, one thing we're fully pursuing right now is in order to cross the chasm years ago, that first time to go from a business I didn't really love and the role that I was in that I didn't really love to something I loved was I found people. Okay, I wrote down a list of things that it's kind of the stop doing list. I've had you guys do it on these calls before, but draw a line down the piece of paper, a vertical line, and on the left side of it put the things that you are good at and you love to do. On the right side of the thing of the paper, put things you are not good at and you just don't love to do that are in your business or your life. Okay, and then after you do that, flip over the piece of paper and draw a line down the middle there. And on the left side, write things that make you money. And on the right side, things that don't. Okay? So on the side where you talked about things you love to do and things you don't love to do, the right side of that, the side where it was the stuff you don't love to do, write stop doing at the top of that right side. And go down the list on that right side and identify as many of those things as you can that you should stop doing within this next 30 to 60 days, okay? Because if there are things you're not good at and you don't love to do, why are we doing those? There's probably people that love to do those things that are insanely great at them that it's just not your inherent skill set, you just don't like it. So go hire some people, get an assistant to take care of some of those things. Go, get a virtual assistant if that's what you want to do, or get a local person like I suggest. Adrian and myself did a full call on how to 10x your productivity with a personal assistant. Okay, so go check out that other episode of the CarrotCast there, and really learn what we did to change the game with our productivity with a personal assistant. How we found them, how you can screen them out to make sure that they're going to be the right type of person. How you pay them, how you train them, things like that. That's all in another episode of the CarrotCast. I think it's called 10x your productivity. All right. But that next thing you need to do is you need to cross the chasm. Is you need to stop doing as much of the work that is not within your wheelhouse. You need to stop doing that. The first gut reaction that we all have is, oh my gosh, I can keep on doing this, and I'm gonna save some money, and I could totally do this and do all the other stuff and just work a little bit more, and I'll just work through it and I'll make more money that way, right? I don't need to go. It'll be harder work for me to go find someone to do it than just to do it myself. Okay, it'll take longer to create a system to do it than it would to do it myself. Those are all mental mind traps, guys and gals. Those are mindset blocks that are completely holding you back from the life and business you want. I had them 2 years ago. But when I started to identify the things I needed to stop doing and the things I love doing and I was great at, and flip-flop more of my day to be the things I love doing and I'm great at, and less of the things that I need to stop doing that I'm not good at and drag me down, that's when my income went up by 10x. Okay, that's when my happiness went up by 10x. Also, you know what comes with that, guys and gals, is you see more opportunity and you start to take more on and your calendar fills up, and that's the phase I'm in right now. I'm insanely happy with my life, but things are way too busy and they're squeezing out the things that are important. It's happened the last 6 months, like I mentioned. So in order to really fully cross that chasm, we've got to surround ourselves with people, sell them a vision on where we're going, why we're going there, and have other people, plug other people into that machine, okay? The most successful real estate investors I know are not guys and gals going out there doing it by themselves, okay? The most successful people financially and happiness-wise are usually not the ones who are going out there doing it by themselves, okay? Now, it doesn't mean we can't start there, because we've all got to start somewhere. We've all got to start somewhere, and usually it probably starts with yourself. But as soon as you get some revenue coming in, find those things that you can get off of your lap ASAP, that you're not enjoying, that you're not good at. Hire someone, even if it hurts, because that's going to free you up so much. It's going to free you up so much in your time and your mindset focus that you can then do more of the things you're good at and you like. More of the things that bring in you money. Less of those things that drag you down. Okay, so that's one thing we're tackling big time right now is we're going through and going, okay, where in our process is Trevor currently a bottleneck? Where in our process is someone currently waiting on me for something? Where in our process am I dragging it down because I don't like to do it, so then I end up putting it off? We're jotting all those down, and I'm making that my first priority in February to go out there and fill those spots. It could be with an outsourced contractor for some of it, and at least 2 of them are going to be full-time employees. So if you're looking for an amazing job, by the way, and you want to work with Carrot on this massive mission we have, which we also just really refined our mission and vision. We're going to be rolling that out to the world here in coming weeks. And we're probably going to do a podcast on that, on why we chose to really refine and change our mission and change our vision. Okay, and how you guys can do the same thing to put lightning underneath your guys' company and your revenue. Okay, but if you're looking for a position, hit us up. Okay, if you're looking to work for a company like us, hit us up. Just email us at support@oncarrot.com. Say, I would love to see if there's a position for me to work with you at your company, because we are hiring. We're probably going to be hiring 6 people the next 6 months in different positions in the company. So let us know. But that's something you've definitely got to do to cross that chasm. So you've got to figure out the things you love to do and the things you hate. Create your stop doing list. Stop doing those things. Outsource them if you need to. Hire people if you need to, even if it hurts in your pocketbook. Okay? And put up some very, very, very purposeful things to force the issue in your life on the things that are important. Okay? Don't think that just by going, you know what, by sheer willpower, I'm going to spend more time with my family. You know, by sheer willpower, I'm going to get in better shape. If you can do that, awesome. I need some of your willpower. Okay? Many of us could use some of your willpower. But if you're like most of us, we need to put in these blocks or these barriers that purposefully keep us from doing those things. So if stopping your workday at 3 p.m. is going to help you do that, and you're looking at it right now going, oh my gosh, I so want that life. I so want to be able to spend more quality time with my friends and family and get in better shape. but I'm not sure how I'm going to do it with my business. I'm so busy, and we've got this and we've got this, and I'm the only person on my team who can do this. And I've always got meetings after 3:00 and do this. Maybe those are the exact things you need to find someone else to do or put systems in place so you can have that freedom. Maybe those are just excuses. Maybe those are just excuses holding you back and getting in your way from the business you're in now to the business you want to be in. And maybe by actually forcing the issue and pulling back and setting that in place, it'll force you to find the solution to your problem. And that's what happened to me a few months ago when I set that intention out to my team. I said, you know what? I started this business for very specific reasons. I've got 5 non-negotiables that I created before I started Carrot. And I live that through all my other companies as well. Okay. And I'm not going to let this business or any business sacrifice any one of those 5 non-negotiables. And certain parts of those non-negotiables have started to be encroached on the past 6 months because, once again, you go through different phases in your business. There's always kind of the ups and downs, but you hope that the trend line is always upwards, but there's always going to be ups and downs. So every time I've been able to cross that chasm and go from the business I'm in to the business I truly want to be in, my dream business, my dream role, it's when I had to challenge myself and force the issue. It's saying I'm not going to work past 3:00. How am I going to do it? I don't know, but I'm going to figure it out. And I'm going to figure out the spots where I was filling my time up before and have someone else do it on my team, or I'm going to empower someone else to do it. I'm just going to stop doing them altogether because they aren't that important. Okay. Or another time was I was trying to start waking up early, and I'm like, I'm it's not making it work. So I challenged someone on my team. I said, hey, do you guys want to start waking up at 5 a.m. too? So we did, and we started holding each other accountable for 30 days. Every single day for 30 days, we'd wake up at 5 a.m. and text message each other at that time. So what are you doing to force the issue when some of these things are getting in your way in your ideal life and your ideal business? How do you cross that chasm? I was talking when we were down in San Diego, I was talking with a lot of real estate investors, okay? A lot of new people that kind of have that dream. They've got the dream that, oh my gosh, once I start doing 5 deals a month, my life is going to be amazing. And I can tell you from experience that most people, not all, most people, when they hit that, their life is not amazing. They might have some more money, but they didn't fundamentally change their mindset on how they operate life. They didn't like fundamentally change their mental operating system. And if your income goes up, but your mental operating system doesn't change, something weird happens. You have more money, you have more income, you have the thing that you thought you needed that would make your life amazing, that would make you happy, that would make you fulfilled, that would make you successful. Okay? But for some reason, those did not turn into happiness, fulfillment, or even success in your own mind. Because your mental operating system didn't change. It stayed the same. You're still running on the old version based on the old paradigm of your old life. Okay? So how do we change that operating system? How do we change that mental operating system to be more relevant to your current life or to that life that you're striving for once you get there? Okay? First of all, growth in your business and growth in your income usually shouldn't be just tied to your income. It should also be tied to, how is my income helping me regain more time? Okay? And if we're growing businesses and our income keeps going up, but the time that we have to do the things we enjoy, as a motorcycle blows by, but the time that we have to do things we enjoy also, it decreases, it goes the wrong direction, is that really a success? Or let's say your income goes up, but your time to be physically fit and build great relationships with friends and your family, and if you're faithful, really strengthen your faith. If those didn't go up while your income did, was that a success? One of the most common things that people talk about when they're looking at getting into entrepreneurship is they say, you know what, I'm doing it so I can have more freedom. Okay. Most entrepreneurs, guys and gals, when they hit those income goals, They don't have more freedom because they didn't change the mental operating system. I was, and even to the point today, still somewhat am in that mindset at times. Because I'm like, man, there's always new to chase after. There's always new to achieve. There's always a new team member I'm working at training and coaching up and really helping to enrich their lives. So you almost look at it this way: if I'm operating on my old mental construct, my old operating system, and that old operating system was based on me doing a lot of stuff in my business physically, as you hire more people, if that operating system doesn't change, you are still going to be doing a crap ton of work because you're not delegating and empowering enough. And that's totally what happened to me about a year and a half ago, even a year ago. So we've been doing a massive, massive empowerment initiative here at Carrot the past 3 months. And we're looking back and going, man, so what do we have to do to really give our team members true purpose and true empowerment in the business? And what do we have to do to get me or any one person out of the way in the business that's stopping the team from just steamrolling and doing amazing things at a faster pace? And it was usually a process. It was usually a knowledge set. Let's say they didn't know the criteria that I would mentally use to figure out if something was a good return on investment. Okay? There's all these criteria that we have in our own brain that for some reason we think we can't put down on paper and teach someone else what it is and they can use it and roll with it. Right? So we've got to be able to empower people. And you can't empower people until you have a very clear vision they're going after. Okay? They have things that they can measure on how they're succeeding, a key performance indicator, we call them. And then you give them the tools and downloaded part of your mental operating system into them. How do I make decisions? I'm going to write down the way that I make decisions. If you're talking about real estate investing, how is it that you decide what a good deal is? What's the exact steps and how do you do it? That's not unique or specific to you. You learned it from someone. So if that's not something you love to do is work up those offers, don't you think you'd probably gain more freedom and more happiness in your life if someone else could do that for you after you master it? I think the answer is categorically yes. Okay, so what are you guys doing to change your mental operating system? Are you operating off of the same operating system from your past life? Okay, whether that was a past life where you made less money, whether that was a past life where you weren't as growth focused mentally and as positive, change that. Download as much of that information into a process. Find someone to implement those things for you that you don't love, that you're not great at. Okay, so you can focus more on the things you're great at, that you love to do. And you can change your own mental operating system. You can cross the chasm from the business you're currently in to the business you want to be in, the business that straps you down and holds you back. And it's just a continual, grind on doing the deal, to a business that gives you that true freedom you actually looked for originally, right? And that's exactly why we went away and did our team retreat. That's exactly why we're hiring more people right now. It's not because we quote unquote have to. It's because I want to make sure that for me and our owners here at the company, and our team members, and for every one of you listening to the CarrotCast, that you know that when you grow a company, you keep at the front of your mind why you started that company in the first place. If it was for freedom, if it was for impact, if it was for whatever it is that still how you're operating the priorities in your life? I've got this canvas on my wall right now. It's kind of my theme for the year, and the canvas says, "Action expresses priorities." It's a quote from Gandhi. Action expresses priorities. Are your actions right now in your business expressing the priorities that you had set when you set out to start your business? If not, pull back. Do your stop doing list. Go out there, even if it hurts your pocketbook at first, find someone who could do those things for you. Regain your time so you can enjoy it. Okay, that's what this is about. You don't know if you're going to be here next week, next year, 10 years from now. So make sure you're investing in family in a big way right now, not when you make money. Make sure you're investing in friends right now. Don't say, hey, I don't have time. I've got another deal. I've got a phone call. Okay, if you don't invest in your friends now, you sure as heck are not going to do it when you have more money. Okay, are you investing in your fitness? Don't be one of those people, and I'm so guilty of this. Don't be one of those people who chases the money and sacrifices your health today. And in 15, 20, 30 years, you're sacrificing your money to chase your health back. Okay, don't be that person. Focus on health now. And if you're a believer, focus on your faith now. In the times when it's probably tough, and the times where you're going, oh my gosh, why can I not figure this out? Focus on that now, because if you can't do that now when times are tougher or when times are not exactly your ideal, it's probably going to be harder when times are great, which sounds kind of weird, but it's true. Okay? So focus on those same 4 things, guys and gals, the 4 F's. Faith, or that's the 5th. Finances, family, friends, fitness, and then faith if you're a believer. Grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how well you're doing, and use that to guide your actions and your priorities for the rest of this year. Change your business, change your mental operating system, and make sure it's relevant to the business you want to grow, not the life you've had in the past. And then create that stop doing list and find at least one person over the next 2 months to take off 30% of the things off of your lap so you can regain and really live right now some of those things that are the most important to you. Not in 10 years from now, not 20 years from now. Okay? And follow along and let me know how you go with that. Because I'm going through the same journey again. It happens to me about once every 18 months or so. And it's amazing on the other side. Okay, and I'm going to keep reporting back the struggles I go through, the amazing things that happen from it, how it's going to ramp up my income even more, but it's also going to reduce the time I spend making that income. Okay, and I'm also going to report how I'm just really changing my paradigm on getting back into the things that matter on fitness, family, and friends and faith. And I want you to challenge yourself on that too, because I don't care if you do 100 deals this year and you're a millionaire, but you're miserable. That's not the kind of person I want to follow. I'd much rather follow a person who's doing $100,000 a year, but works half a day and spends amazing time with their family and their friends and their amazing physical health. Okay, so what's your paradigm? Shift it toward the ideal and hit me back with feedback. And I appreciate you kind of listening to this episode. It was kind of a little bit meandering a little bit. I just want to kind of download my brain. My voice is going out. So I should probably exit this episode here right now, and I've got to go pick up my daughter, actually. But I appreciate you listening to the CarrotCast. If this is your first episode of the CarrotCast, this one was definitely an unconventional episode. We usually have amazing guests on. We talk about amazing things. Check out the other one. This is one that was just kind of deep in my heart right now in this moment with our retreat this past week, with the discussion I had with Jen, my assistant, with changing my workday to 3 o'clock. There's so many more things in life, guys and gals, than just business and money. Okay, and those aren't even the important things. Those could go away tomorrow. But if those go away and you have your health and you have your friends and your family and your faith, you've got everything you want in the world. But if you don't have your friends, your family, your health, or your faith, and your money goes away, you're going to be lost in a big way. All right, so until next time, guys and gals, hopefully my voice comes back. Hit us with comments. Subscribe to the CarrotCast. Go to CarrotCast.com. Subscribe on iTunes. You actually get access to our CarrotCast about 2 weeks before we publish them on the website. And we're really looking forward to CarrotCast 2017. We have some amazing episodes, amazing entrepreneurs, and we're going to challenge you. We're going to challenge you this year in a big way. We're going to challenge you to create the business you truly want, not chasing the dollars. The dollars will come if you do it the right way. We're going to walk you through this year. All right, let us know what guests you want. Give us ratings and reviews on iTunes. And I'm really looking forward to this next CarrotCast. And check out the other one so you can kind of catch up on what we've done in CarrotCast this year. All right, have an amazing rest of the week, guys and gals. And go out there, make a bigger difference, and shave time from your schedule so you can focus on more time on the things that actually matter in life. All right, until next time.